right, now look, today is day 1 of 2 of me showing y'all how I make grilled red snapper. In today's version, we're going to be going with a little bit more of a Latin flair. We're going to be using things like sofrito, sazon, lemon, lime, all of the good things. But I'm going to be showing y'all a few different ways, so let me show y'all the ingredients for today's red snapper. As you can see, I have a beautiful whole red snapper here. I picked up a 3-pack from Costco. It has already been cleaned out. Of course, I did my own additional cleaning using lemons, limes, water, gutting it out, making sure that it looked the way that I like it to look. You're going to need 2 limes, some parsley, the tropical sazon. I'm going to be using Old Bay, the lemon and herb. I have roughly about maybe 6 or 7 tablespoons of some unsalted butter here that's at room temperature. And this is my homemade sofrito. If you guys have not seen how I make this, all you have to do is just simply type in Simply Food by TY sofrito, and then you can learn how to make this. I make it in large, bunches, and then I freeze it into cubes. So I unthawed about 3 cubes worth. So this is roughly about a half a cup, of my freshly made sofrito. You see that? You see that? You see that? Don't ask me for the damn ingredient list. Come on. All right, so before we get too far into this recipe, the first thing we want to do is make a compound butter. Now, I figured sofrito, full of peppers, fresh herbs mixed in with butter, baby, is going to be a recipe of pure treasure and delight. So that's what we're about to do. I'm going to add these 6 tablespoons of this unsalted butter, and I'm now going to mix it in with this so that I can have a lovely compound butter. So that way I can go on ahead and rub it all over this beautiful red snapper before we top it off with some additional seasonings. Y'all know that this is about to be bomb, right? Baby, this sofrito mixed in with this butter is about to be on fire. Now that I've gotten it mixed in, I'm going to transfer it over to a piece of cling wrap so that I can get it back into a nice shape and put it back in the fridge so it can get kind of cold. I mean, come on. Come on. So now that I've gotten it back into a nice little shape, I can be resourceful and use the package that the butter already came in, wrap this up, and place it into the fridge until it's time for us to use it. Now, like I said, of course, I've already washed and cleaned this, so this fish is nicely cleaned. It's, nicely gutted and ready to go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go across the top of the fish with a really sharp knife, and I'm going to slice about 1, let's say 2, let's say 3. We're going to go 4 slits right across the top, and then I'm going to go flip it over, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that we've already gotten our fish prepped, it's been cleaned, we've got our slits into it, our compound butter is done. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to take a few dabs of butter, and I'm just going to place it right inside of each of these little slits here, and then I'm also going to put some on the inside. I'm not concerned about this being on the cutting board because this butter is only going to be used for this fish, so there will be no cross-contamination going on for anybody that was about to ask. All right, y'all. So as you can see, I've gone in and I've stuffed in those slits with the butter. I'm only stuffing in the top half with the butter, not on the underside, because as you can see on the inside, I've also stuffed in butter as well on the bottom half. All of this from the top will, of course, soak through. And then, of course, there'll be more than enough butter that's going to naturally melt out to go onto our cast iron pan that we're going to be cooking this on. Speaking of cast iron pan, I said that I'm going to be grilling this, so let me show you exactly what I will be grilling it on. So, as you guys can see, I have these beauties here. These just came in today. I ordered these off of Amazon. You can literally just type in cast iron fish skillet, and I'm sure it'll pop up. I literally just took these out of the oven. They've been freshly seasoned, so they are ready to go. They are quite large, which is the reason why I'm in love with them, because I can literally put the entire fish directly on it. The reason why I'm going to be grilling them on this cast iron skillet outside on the grill is because oftentimes I feel like fish, once it starts to cook, the flesh starts to get really, really soft, and then it falls through the grates, and I personally don't like to cook fish on aluminum foil. So putting it on this cast iron skillet will get not only a great char on it, but it will ensure that everything will kind of stay in place. Now, contrary to popular belief, although you see me putting in this, fancy compound butter, I actually really like the taste of fish by itself. So I don't really like to go too heavy-handed when it comes to seasonings, but you can do whatever you would like. I'm going to start off with going in with a light dusting of that lemon and herb Old Bay seasoning. I'm going to make sure that I cover the flesh on both sides of the fish. For me, this is more than enough. I'm also now going to go in with some of the sazon, the tropical flavor, right across the top as well. A light dusting, not too heavy-handed. That is perfect. Just like that. And y'all know I wouldn't be me if I didn't go in with just a little bit of parsley, because it's what we must do. And so now my fish is nicely seasoned. I've seasoned both sides. I went light on the lemon and herb Old Bay. I went light with the tropical sazon. It might look like a lot, but this is a pretty large piece of fish here that you're looking at. So I went pretty light-handed, and I've stuffed it with my sofrito compound butter. Now this fish is nicely prepped and ready to go. And as you guys can see, I have transferred this over to our lovely skillet. And as you can see, it's literally the perfect size. I mean, this can fit a huge piece of fish, you guys. But now it's perfectly on there. You can add peppers and onions and, lemon pieces. And you can really jazz this up as much as you would like. But now it is ready to go outside and get put on that grill. You can also place this inside of the oven if you don't feel like grilling it. That's also totally fine. All right, y'all, my grill is nice and hot, so I'm going to go on ahead and place my fish directly onto the grate here. And if you guys want to know how I made this jerk red snapper, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, because I'm going to be posting the recipe on this one as well. But I'm going to go on ahead and throw both of these on here. And I'm now going to place the lid on this and allow these babies to do their thing. All right, y'all, let's check on our fish. Let's see how it's looking. My God, on actual today. Now, what I'm going to go on ahead and do is I'm going to squeeze me in the juice of half of a lime over each of these. I like lime on this type of fish, so that's what I'm going to squeeze. Just the juice of half of a lime right across the top. And then I'm going to do the same thing over this jerk one as well. The juice of half of a lime. And I'm going to put the top on this and let it finish doing its thing, honey. Let it finish doing its thing. My God. This fish is looking absolutely beautiful, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. And just remember, if you guys want to know how I made the jerk one in the back there, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, because I'll be posting that recipe as well, honey. And that right there, my friends, is what we call good eating. My God. If you all could only smell, the sofrito has pretty much baked itself directly into the meat. The butter has caused this fish to get some nice crispy skin. I mean, it looks absolutely incredible. And I know the flavors are exactly what it needs to be. So I hope y'all tried this recipe, honey. Bye. Look at how flaky it is. My God. Let's go in for a taste test. Whoo, child, it's hot, honey. Y'all know I'm doing my good cooking. It's about 80 degrees outside in the DMV today, child. Here we go, taste test. It's a wrap. Goodbye.